All right, here we are live from Sword, Spain. We have the finals of our junior categories here for the 2019 ICF World Canoe Freestyle Championships. I'm joined by Courtney Kieran from New Zealand. Myself, Matt Hamilton, and Courtney will be giving you the live action here to the internet for these finals. First up, we have our women's kayak surface junior category, or the women's K1 junior. What do you think, Courtney? How are we going to see it here?
Oh, it is going to be very exciting out here this evening. A lot.
Hey, Jez. Jez, can we get heatless?
Along with, we have Team Germany making it on through, and it's gonna be an exciting time out here. We're definitely gonna see the best is always saved till last. So finals format, 3 45-second rides, and only the highest scoring ride will count. The beauty of this being athletes can go extra hard, you can go extra big, take those riskier moves that may not always score, but you know you're capable of, and risk it to get that higher ride score. Whereas normally in the earlier rounds, it's much more important to go for consistency, to prove that you can do it time after time. This round's all about bringing out your biggest and best. So we're gonna see a lot of great action here. 2 throwaway rides, 1 ride to take home, and hopefully bring home a medal with it. So in this round, we're gonna be reverse order of previous rankings. Up first, we're gonna see Nika from Germany. Following after her, we're going to see Olivia McGuinness, who is a 2-time USA Junior National Champion, I believe. After her, we're going to see Abbey Holcomb, who's fresh on the USA team this year. This is her first ever World Championships. Following her will be Katie Frankhauser, another member of Team USA, who's been crushing the competitions throughout the Colorado circuit this year. And last of all, of course, Ottie Robinson from Team Great Britain, who is a previous world champion from 2 years ago in Argentina. So she knows what it takes to take out that world championship title. So we're definitely going to see some really exciting action here today, Matt.
Absolutely, Courtney. The US of A having a huge contingent, all 3 of their female team making it here to the final in the K1 junior men's category, showing that there's going to be a legacy of whitewater women in the US of A coming up in the near future.
Oh, isn't that true, Matt? Yeah, it's really exciting to see these young ones, the next generation coming up and absolutely crushing it, throwing down scores that could contend in the senior women's category. I'm definitely a little nervous for when these ladies step it up into the seniors against me. You
say senior women's. Ottie's rides would have put her fairly high up in the senior men's category.
Yeah, she's absolutely insane. Ottie coming out of nowhere a couple years ago, off to the World Championships in Argentina, taking it out with barely a blink, gold medal, World Championship title, coming back here 2 years later, competing in squirt boating as well, taking out a medal in that also. So she's already doing great at this World Championships, through to finals again. She's no stranger to taking out these big competitions. She's been training hard with her coach, Dennis, from Great Britain. They have an awesome program there to bring up the next generation.
They sure do. Their coach Dennis out there tirelessly with all of the athletes, juniors, seniors, everything. He's an amazing coach, does some great coaching programs with the Sweetwater coaching clinics all over the world. I've thought about signing up from one. The Great Britain team, definitely the largest team here at the Worlds, and showing us that they know what they're doing, with lots of them making it into finals.
Seeing 4 of the 5 athletes up there all putting in the upper eddy. We all know what that means, Matt. They're going to be opting for that entry move, trying to get points on the board before the buzzer even starts. But what is the risk of this move, Matt?
Absolutely. It is that they can get high points on the board right away, or they flush downstream and they lose a lot of time making their way back up the eddy. So that's the risk. Either the reward being that you get the points, the risk that you end up flowing off downstream, which is what nobody wants here. We want to see these athletes throw the best rides they can to see who is going to be the best one on race day here at the 2019 ICF Canoe Kayak Freestyle Championships.
That's right, and we all know that only tricks thrown in the feature are worth points here. So if an athlete's working their way back up the eddy, they're not going to be scoring any points, and points are exactly what they need to do well here. Looks like we are kicking off right now with Nika from Germany, sporting that beautiful German flag dry top. Coming on down, looks like she's opting to start from the lower eddy. Following her, we have, looks like Abbey Holcomb about to peel out. No, that's it. We're starting off with the first ride with Nika.
Nika dropping in right away, trying for a loop. Unfortunately, bubbling off there, catching a bit of an edge as she flows downstream. She still has tons of time on the clock as she moves her way up the eddy here.
That's right, just 16 years old, this young woman, competing in her first ever World's Finals. Super exciting, just unfortunately finding the bottom of the river that first trick. Trying again, looking for the Space Godzilla there, that front flip with the 90-degree twist. Carving around, what do you think we'll see next?
Well, I think she tried a McNasty in an earlier ride, although she just did a spin there on the shoulder, getting a few points on the board. She has 8 seconds left. She's gonna drop in for another loop move. Oh. She's having a little bit of trouble pulling that around here this evening. That'll be it for her first ride.
Getting that nice plug, but having to bounce off the bottom of the river. This is a really shallow feature we're working with here. Most athletes having to jump off the bottom of the river. Unfortunately, every time she seems to tap bottom, we're losing a bit of reaction from her, and she's not managing to quite snap that boat over just as she would like. However, she does still have 2 more rides, and hopefully that will be enough for her to show off those big tricks that she knows.
Absolutely, as we move into the 3 Americans. First up is Olivia McGinnis. All 3 of the American junior women's team making it to this final here, where we'll be crowning a world champion in just a few minutes later this evening.
That's right, it could be a triple American title if they do it right. And Nika's score coming in at 0 points, unfortunately, so she's gonna look to her next 2 rides to improve on that one. No worries though, no matter what, she is top 5 in the world, and that has got to be a great feeling, Matt.
It's absolutely brilliant that we're seeing all these ladies in the top 5. Amazing showing as Olivia McGinnis is moving out. Looks like she's gonna drop in from above and go for an entry move. There we go.
Oh no, she's opting to drop into the eddy. So Olivia McGinnis, better known as OMG, 2-time junior national champion of the United States of America, now representing her country on the world level, starting off with a beautiful McNasty right there, Matt.
Absolutely, she moves over to the shoulder of the wave, setting up. She's trying to get things going again. I think she's trying to get around backwards to get that other McNasty, and there it is. Oh, catching a bit of an edge, not quite pulling it around the way she wanted to. As she sets up again high on the foam pile, she's gonna work her way down, dip her nose. Nice big loop. Getting her boat right out of the water, looking for some of those air bonuses. The judges can give bonuses, either air or huge, on any of these, as well as a clean bonus. And there it is, going for that McNasty with 7 seconds left on the clock. She's got time for another move or two. She can get things going as she tries for that McNasty in the other direction, flipping up, not quite getting it. A solid ride for Olivia McGinnis of the USA.
That's right, she started off with a bit of a McNasty. I'm not sure if the judges liked it or not quite pulling it around far enough. However, she kept fighting her way right to the end, showing us that beautiful McNasty at the finish line. And also a nice big loop in there. So getting some good, solid, high-scoring tricks on the board. Now, I've noticed Olivia has opted to go skin to win right there, Matt. No dry top. What can you tell me about the water temperatures here?
Well, compared to the air temperature, there's a huge temperature gradient. The water temperature, I'm guessing, when we first got here was probably about 5 degrees. I think it's warmed up closer to about 10 degrees right now, which is still pretty darn cold compared to the 36, 37 degree heat that we're sitting in here right now.
That's right, and for those of you in America, that is Celsius temperatures. All right, Olivia McGinnis's first ride score coming in at a massive 210 points. She has got to be happy with that. That is a strong ride to start off with.
Absolutely massive ride for her. And next up, we've got the young Abbey Holcomb, the 15-year-old from North Dakota.
That's right, Miss Sparkles in that brand new boat of hers. Looking to start off with a bit of a McNasty there. One of her new signature tricks. She only just learned this move recently.
There you go. Yeah, She's definitely new to the McNasties, but she's been getting them. Going for a huge loop, unfortunately bubbling out of the top of the pile. They have 3 rides here. The best one is going to count, so you can scratch 2 of your rides. But it is nice to get a bunch of points on the board in your first ride as Abbey Holcomb makes her way up to the top of the eddy with lots of time left.
That's right. Abbey Holcomb travels the world with her family in their Winnebago RV. Off on their Grand World Tour right now. They've traveled all 50 states of America, I believe.
That's right, sending that RV over here on a shipping container. I can see it parked across the road from us right now here in Sort, Spain, as Abbey's trying to get things going. Have a little bit trouble getting her flow out there and getting it moving. Let's watch the replays. By the way, there's that big loop that I believe she flushed on right away. Yep, there it is. Catching a little bit of edge. Having a little bit of trouble, as I said, getting things moving. What do you think, Courtney?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what the judges have to say. I'm not quite sure she executed that quite to perfection enough to keep the judges happy. They are extra strict, especially when it comes to finals. We have to meet our exact angles, popping up at exact angles, landing at exact angles, getting the right amount of amplitude. So we'll have to wait and see. But I have a feeling she might want to look to her next rise. Yeah, coming in with a 0, unfortunately. Abbey Holcomb not phased by it. She's still got 2 more rides, and she knows she only needs the 1 to count.
Absolutely. Katie Frankhauser here, also from the USA, wearing bib a 199. She came in here into this final in 2nd place. She'd like to move up to 1st place.
That's right. I can tell you what, this young woman is definitely going to start with an entry move, and it's going to be one we've never seen from anyone else in competition. It's her own signature entry move known as the Skippy Rippy. And here we have it going in. She knows exactly how to stick that move.
Wow, that's pretty cool that she's designed her own move. We saw it from her in the semifinals as she moves around into a great McNasty, pulling it right around. Looking great off the start here.
That's right, she knows exactly what to do. Huge front loop right there, getting a good amplitude bonus on that one, I'm sure. Sporting those nice American flags on her helmet. She's quite the patriotic one. Started off as a gymnast, now whitewater freestyle athlete. Crossing over those skills and showing how it's done. Absolutely, I think gymnastics is a huge part of freestyle kayaking as you throw your body around. It's basically like whitewater gymnastics, wouldn't you say, Matt? Absolutely. And there she goes with a McNasty right at the buzzer. Having a great ride, the young Katie Frankhauser. There we go. We can see her whole family on the sidelines, her 2 sisters, her mom and her dad, all here to support her. Great to see so much support, not only from friends, fellow athletes, but whole families making their way over to Sort, Spain. Absolutely. There's a massive whitewater community here. There's about a dozen rafting companies in town. They call it the whitewater capital of Catalonia here in Sort, Spain. It's also the gateway to the Pyrenees Mountains. We're not far from the southern border of France here. It's a beautiful place to have an event. Great venue here that was just built, continuing the legacy of whitewater kayaking in Sort, Spain. Oh, it's an absolutely stunning place. We feel honored to be here. The town is putting this on for us and doing a great job of it. Katie's score coming in at a massive 336.67 points, currently putting her in the lead. She has to be happy with a first ride like that. However, she knows she can go bigger, and she knows this following athlete can too. Ottie Robinson-Shaw, current junior world champion, Team Great Britain. It is about to get exciting. Absolutely, as Ottie's about to drop in, we're going to see an entry move from her from above, taking that risk, hoping for the reward of some points on the board. As Ottie drops in from above, huge Great Britain contingent here, one of the largest teams we have competing at this World Championships, right into a beautiful entry move. She's going to set up right away. I saw some beautiful McNasties from her. I think we'll see those here momentarily as she gets up, sets up, throws it down, not coming around, a little bit off access and unfortunately flushing, so that move won't count for Ottie as she makes her way back up to the top. That's right, Matt. So only tricks that land in the feature have a chance to count. Unfortunately, that one she didn't manage to snap it over the top well enough, landed a bit sideways, caught the bubble and flushed downstream. There she goes, though. Perfect execution, showing exactly how it's done and getting massive air under that boat on top of it, going for big bonuses Now going for it the other direction, straight into a front loop. My God, this is a huge ride coming out of the young British woman.
As we expected, Ottie from Great Britain having a great ride here, showing why she is the defending world champion from 2017 down in San Juan, Argentina. Amazing ride from Ottie as we watch the replay.
So that first McNasty, a little bit shanked, not quite working out for her. However, coming back into the feature, going huge on the following one. Here we have it, this one right here. Massive, launching that boat way up into the air, using all of that body leverage that she has to just launch it. Oh, I'm excited to see just how the score comes out.
Absolutely, I can see it up there on the leaders board. We'll have it on the screen here momentarily. There's that massive McNasty getting her whole body out of the water, probably scoring a huge bonus. And there's our score of 536.67. That's going to be a tough one to beat, shooting her way up on the leaders board.
She may have just won it in the first round, but we'll have to wait and see. Some of those American girls I've definitely seen score similar before. So hopefully they can pull together those best rides of theirs right now when it matters most. Right now, though, Nika from Germany, looking to improve on that first ride of hers, not quite getting any points on the board, but back in there knowing that she's more than capable of it. She's earned her spot in the top 5, and she wants to show you all why.
She still has tons of time on the clock, making her way back up the eddy. You can hear the German team cheering her on in the background here in Sword, Spain, as she makes it back up to the feature.
That's right, she is back in the feature, plugging in, tapping off the bottom of the river, but still managing to pull that boat up and over the top of her. Now looking for the Felix. That's that upside down spin where at least 180 degrees of the rotation is inverted. Moving around now, looking for one last trick with 5 seconds to go. What's it gonna be? Maybe getting a spin on the shoulder. Oh, and looks like that's gonna be it for her.
That's it for Nika from Germany's second ride here. These ladies are getting 3 rides. Going to be able to scratch 2 of them to get their best ride here. I think that promotes going huge in at least some of your rides. We're going to see some of these ladies have some great points on the board already, and that takes the pressure off. So hopefully they're going to throw down for us in their second and third rides.
That's right. We just saw a shot of the German team on the grandstand. A very strong team. Team Germany is well known for making finals at a lot of these events throughout all of the categories. Very strong support from their team. Great to see, and great to see another German junior making it through to finals once again.
All right, next up we've got Olivia McGuinness, the 16-year-old from the USA, coming from Georgia.
And Nika's score just coming in at 130 points. She'll be stoked with that. That's a huge improvement for her. She knows she still has one more ride to step it up again.
Absolutely, Courtney.
Right now, though, back to skin to win. OMG, Olivia McGuinness. This young girl absolutely rips. Hailing from the southeast.
Absolutely. You can see she's wearing one of those pink jerseys, which indicates that she was a medalist at the last World Championships in 2017 as she moves around trying to get that McNasty going here. Pulls it around, throws it, not quite coming around, a little off access there. I have a feeling we're going to see her try that again. And yes, we are right. There it is, pulling it right around that time, scoring it for sure. You can see our judges down there on the judges stand, pressing the buttons, tallying up these scores for her. She throws it in the other way, going for a huge loop, getting her body right out of the water on that one. Having a great ride here, still has 8 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what else she has for us here, dropping her nose in, going for maybe a Space Godzilla. Unfortunately, bubbling off the back. Great ride for Olivia McGuinness of the USA.
That's right, Olivia McGuinness, the pink jacket. So that's how we're differentiating the paddlers from the last World Championships. If you medaled at the previous World Championships 2017 Argentina, you'll be wearing a pink bib, whereas all the rest of the athletes will be in their green. Now, Olivia McGuinness took out the bronze medal at that World Championships. Coming in with a big score on this ride, I'm pretty sure she'll be looking to do at least the same again at this World Championships. Looking for at least a bronze. I'm sure she knows silver's a lot more shiny. However, definitely aiming for the gold. This is a very driven young woman right here, coming in with 340 points, moving her currently into second position, silver medal placing. However, she knows there's still a few more rides to go.
Absolutely. We still have 3 more competitors here to go in this round, and then 1 more round. These ladies getting 3 rides here. Abbey Holcomb currently has a 0 from her first ride. She'd like to improve on that, and right away throwing a McNasty, hopefully pulling that around. She still has lots of time on the clock as she sets up on the shoulder, going in for a loop move, pulling that around, putting some points on the board. Beautiful loop from Abbey Holcomb. Love that sparkly boat, a little bit bedazzled baby out there. Murky Waters Kayaks doing all these cool graphics for the paddlers here.
That's right, moving around, a bit of a shove it right there. She is shining up a storm out there. I'm surprised the judges can even see with all those sparkles. Moving around now, looking for the split wheel, getting it nice and vertical, looking to sell it pretty well. We'll see what the judges say. Now moving around, setting up for the next big trick. The hard part here, Matt, being getting to the top of the pile to initiate these tricks. Oh,
yeah, there she goes, trying to pull the McNasty around, but fortunately just after the buzzer and getting a flush. So that's not going to count, but she had an amazing ride before that. Abbey Holcomb, you can see her parents out there dancing around, dad taking photos here for us, and they're putting some articles in Kayak Session Magazine. Check those out on kayaksessionmagazine.com.
That's right, daughter of Peter Holcomb, professional photographer. I'm sure he's getting some great shots right now of his beautiful young daughter. Snapping around that fantastic air loop right there. Really snapping the boat over top of her, pulling it round, landing it dead straight. She is looking so, coming in with 186 points. She has got to be happy with that at her first ever World Championships.
Absolutely. Abbey's 15 years old, so we're going to see her in another Junior World Championships for sure. Getting a big hug from reigning world champion Claire O'Hara, who also made it to the next round tomorrow. Next up, it's all about the young Katie Frankhauser of the USA as she makes her way out into the feature.
That's right. I feel like we're about to see her signature move once again, the Skippy Rippy. Named the Rippy being River Hippie, naming it after all of her good friends. Starting off beautifully, sticking it into the feature. Straight into the McNasty, one of the harder moves in amongst this category. Looking to set up once again. Just not quite getting backwards enough. Athletes have to get their boat in a full back surf before initiating the move.
Absolutely. I've been seeing a lot of people using the spin into McNasty move to keep that momentum going. Kind of like she was trying to do there, maybe. Oh, she's trying to dip her nose in, get things going again. Having a little bit of trouble getting the flow going here and getting the moves going as she pulls around. She really wants that McNasty. Pulling it around there. We'll see what the judges have to say. She's got 0 seconds left on the clock. That'll be it for Katie Frankhauser's second ride of 3 here in our final rounds.
That's right, we just saw a prime example of how powerful this feature is. Definitely makes it a little more work for the smaller athletes out here. We are working with a lot of QMEX at once, coming in quite steeply, creating quite the powerful foam pile. And if you don't muscle your way around a bit, you are going to get tossed quite a lot. It's a bit like riding in a washing machine almost.
You are right. It is definitely a dynamic feature, moving a lot of athletes around, but some of them are using it to their advantage to throw themselves up into some big air tricks. Next up we have, oh, we're going to wait for Katie's score to come in here. Run number 2 is 150 points. She's going to stick with her first run of 336.67. Next up, we've got Ottie Robinson-Shaw of Great Britain.
All right, Ottie sitting in a powerful position right now, taking the lead by quite a margin. However, she knows these other athletes are capable of making that same score. So she's going to look to go out there and try and up her own score again, just to create a bit more of a safety net.
Absolutely, Courtney. She drops in here right away with a nice entry move. Oh, right on the bubble, almost flushing. And she does flush off. Still has 40 seconds left on the clock to go big, and we know she can as she makes her way back up to the top of the eddy and drops back into the wave here in Sword, Spain.
That's right, back in the feature she is. Not wasting too much time out there. Unfortunately, that is the risk of the entry move. You can throw it flush right away and spend the start of your ride still with 0 points. burning energy, working your way back up to the feature. However, it pays off when it pays off. Like we saw in that first round, she threw a beautiful entry McNasty, sticking at big points on the board, and then could continue on into her routine. Just saw a huge McNasty from her straight to McNasty the other way, making up for lost time.
All right, as we wait for her score to come in on the board there, the Great Britain junior, Ottie Robinson-Shaw, showing us she knows what she can do out here, currently in the lead with well over 500 points. This ride I don't think is going to beat that, but she still has a third and final ride coming up here momentarily.
That's right. Luckily, she is in a very comfortable position. She won't let that phase her too much. She's got a strong head, this young woman. She knows what it takes. She knows that she's doing well. And she knows she still has one more ride to up that if she needs to. That's the beauty of the reverse order from the previous round. Because she placed first in the previous round, she gets to do the final ride of the day. So she'll know when it comes to her last ride exactly what she needs to take out that World Championship title. Or whether she gets a free ride and a victory lap. Absolutely. We've seen a few victory laps already here in the squirt boat class this week. All right. All right, Nika Schauer up here from Germany, getting ready to go with her third and final ride here. She came into this round in 5th place, and she is actually currently sitting in 5th place. Yeah, I see up on the scoreboard she is in 5th place. We can see right there Paul Shepard of Great Britain, our head judge, giving her the signal, the thumbs up to go as she drops into the feature here in Sortsbane. I can see the German team in the grandstands waving their flags, getting absolutely amped. They are going wild for her. They are stoked that one of their young juniors has made it to finals, proud as punch. However, they still want to see her do her absolute best. Back in the feature, unfortunate flush right off the bat. Plugging in, going for that front loop. Can she pull it through? Oh, unfortunately just catching a flush. Up to the judges. If they think that she landed that trick in the feature before the flush, they will give her the points. However, if they think that she was flushing out during the landing, it's gonna be a 0. She's still got time though, time for one last trick, plugging in for the loop, pulling it over the top, beautiful. Hopefully that was enough to impress the judges. We'll have to wait and see. And that'll be it for Nika from Germany here in her third and final ride, and our women's kayak surface junior class, or the K1 junior women's. Excellent effort from the young German. I don't think it'll get her up onto the podium, but let's see what the judges have to say and see what they give her. Oh, for sure, and either way, Matt, I think these young athletes should be beyond stoked just to have made it this far, to make it into the top 5 at the World Championships. That's an incredible effort right there. Absolutely, a great feat from the young girls. As you can see, we have a little bit of in this heat, we've got a little bit of an American domination with 3 of the Americans making it in, but that doesn't matter because Ottie from Great Britain is sitting at the top of all that. 130 points for Nika from Germany. She'll keep her 5th place as we move on to Olivia McGuinness of the USA, currently in 2nd place. That's right, she's already moved up 1 medal position from her last World Championships. However, she knows that Katie, right behind her, is capable of beating that score, so she's gonna wanna step it up this ride. Going for the entry move, just catching the flush, unfortunately, pulling it up and over the top and just landing on that bubble that kicked her out the back. She'll work her way back up though. She has a powerhouse, an amazing creek boater also. She knows how to charge. That's right, Courtney. She's back on the feature here right away, looking for that nasty, pulling it around. She's gonna, looks like she's trying to set up maybe to go forward in the other direction. She moves over to the far shoulder, trying to get her boat around backwards to get set up for that McNasty. Pulling it around, there it is, high on the foam pile, unfortunately flushing off with 11 seconds left. I think that might be it for Olivia McGuinness's ride here. She cheer her up the Eddie, but yeah, she knows she doesn't have enough time to get there. She's gonna stick with one of her previous rides, which has her currently ranked in 2nd place. Hey, not a bad spot to be in. Currently in 2nd, she knows there's still a couple rides to go. Things could change. However, she's done an incredible effort getting here. She's been on the world's podium before. I'm sure she wants to get back up there. The only person left to knock her off the podium completely, Abbey Holcomb. Abbey Holcomb, currently in 4th, could knock her down.
You are correct by saying that. Abbey Holcomb has a chance here to get herself onto the podium, currently sitting in 4th place. She's going to need to up her scores a little bit here. Looks like she's nice and loose and ready to go. Coach Claire there giving her some last-minute advice. Claire, a multi-time world champion. You can see Claire's big smile there. Also, Coach Clay Wright of the USA winning a medal earlier this week in the men's squirt category. All right, Abbey Holcomb sitting with 186 points. She wants to better that as she drops in right away. Going for McNasty, big setup. Looks like she pulls it around. This is starting off to be an awesome ride for the young Abbey Holcomb, 15 years old. Hitting the bottom with a huge loop. Damn, this looks like she might be able to get herself up on the podium with just a few more moves. Let's see what she's got for us. Right into a split wheel.
Exactly why we don't count anything until the last ride is over. Bringing it together when it matters most. Huge ride so far and still got plenty of time left on the clock. Trying for that McNasty. She knows that's what she needs to get into silver. Can she make it into bronze? Wow.
I'm not sure where that is. We're sitting on the edge of our seats here as Abbey Holcomb throwing down a great ride when the pressure was on. She was sitting in 4th place before this ride, and she needed to move up. Currently, I'm looking up at the scoreboard, seeing the scores coming in. Let's see if it was enough to move her up into a medal position, and what color will it be?
She is showing true athlete spirit right there. Working hard, never giving up, fighting till the end of the battle. Last ride, that can be the heartbreaker. I've seen this so many times. I've experienced it myself. You're in finals, and the last ride, everything changes.
Absolutely, and there it is. She's changing it, breaking some hearts maybe even. Let's see what Abbey Holcomb's score comes in at here as we're waiting for the judges to tally it up. They've got this little heartbeat thing going on in the background for drama. 300 points. I'm seeing her rank up on the board as 4th place. Unfortunately, just off of the medals for Abbey Holcomb's 3rd ride. She's pretty happy with that. That was a pretty amazing ride for her here in her first World Championships. The 15-year-old American. We'll see her back here in another World Championships, I'm pretty sure.
That's right. She might have just missed out on the medals, but she has got to be proud of a score like that. 300 points at the finals. That is massive. Right now, though, Katie, we're seeing her sisters on the screen right now out here supporting her. She is coming down looking for that signature entry move, the Skippy Rippy. Let's see it.
And there it is, the Skippy Rippy, her signature move. She invented it herself as she goes into a nice McNasty. She wants to move her way up to the top of the podium, already getting a medal here, or in a medal contention now. It's just about what color is that medal going to be, as Katie Frankhauser trying to work herself around backwards, really forcing it around, pulling that McNasty right there. She still has tons of time left. Let's see what else she has for us with 20 seconds still on the clock. Katie Frankhauser of the USA trying to get that around for that McNasty again. She really wants to get that going. You see her rocking her boat around, trying to get high on the foam pile. All right, she's going to move over the shoulder, take a little bit different approach here. She drops in, pulling around a little bit of a loop there, maybe coming around off axis. We'll see what the judges go. Cleaning up maybe a spin there. She holds her paddle in the air. Great ride for Katie Frankhauser of the USA.
What a way to enter your last ride, already knowing you have, at minimum, a bronze medal at the World Championships. That's got to create some confidence right there.
Absolutely. She's big smiles as she comes up the eddy here. Let's watch the replay. There's her first McNasty, pulling around pretty solid.
Beautiful, spotting that USA flag right there.
You see your score tabulating up on the board. We'll have it here on the screen momentarily. Katie Frankhauser of the USA having a great ride. She was in 3rd place before this ride started, so she secured herself a bronze medal. Will she move up and get herself a silver? I don't think she's got enough for bronze. And there it is, coming in. She's got a bronze medal here in our final round of the K1 Women's Junior Kayak class.
That is an incredible effort. I've been spoiled enough to compete with all these junior American women in the States, traveling around the circuit with them, watching them grow. And it's just amazing to see them all out here working their way towards the podium. Right now, though, we have two-time junior world champion coming in all of a sudden for a victory lap. How good is that? Dropping in for a ride, already a world champion. Huge entry, McNasty, into another huge McNasty right there. She has got to be on absolute cloud 9 right now. This is her second world's medal at this year World Championships.
Absolutely killing it here, making the ladies a little bit nervous because she'll be competing against them in the next World Championships on her home turf in Nottingham, England. Having a great ride. She is our 2019 World Championships as she throws another McNasty. Just having a good time out there. This is a victory lap for her here because she's already secured a gold medal.
My God, two-time world champion and still a junior. This is a force to be reckoned with. I am very nervous for when she steps up into the senior category.
Absolutely, Courtney. Heck, some of the men aren't doing as well as her. She's just having some fun out there, still throwing a few moves. Absolutely having a great time. She knows she's won gold. She gets to wear the pink jersey again at the next World Championships. She'll be able to defend her World Championships in England, in her home country, which is a pretty amazing story.
Oh yeah, she has to be amped about that. She is set up in a prime position. Going from amped, feeling stoked. Those guys having a blast.
Absolutely impressive performance from all of these junior ladies, especially our gold medalist, Ottie Robinson-Shaw of Great Britain, showing us what it needs to be to get up on the podium.
So Great Britain for gold and USA for both silver and bronze. Phenomenal effort. We're constantly seeing these bigger countries, especially in the junior categories, taking out the field quite a bit.
Absolutely, Courtney. We're seeing some amazing things here. Just checking on the timing, and obviously we've got our men's K1 junior category for the finals coming up in just a few minutes, about 20 minutes, at about 5 to 7 Spain time, so a little bit of a break here. And then we'll be getting into the junior men's category here in Sword, Spain. And then right after that, we've got a medal ceremony. And then after that tonight, Courtney, the town of Sword is putting on a dinner for all of us. I'm pretty excited to try out some authentic Catalonian food tonight at that dinner. And there's our leaderboard up there. You can see our top 5 ladies up there. That's our junior women's category here in Sword, Spain. We're going to be doing a medal ceremony where these ladies will be getting their gold, silver, and bronze medals. All right, here we are. We're going to have a little interview with our medalists here momentarily as we head down. Should have Anna Bruno down there to do some interviews for us. You can see the stadium here. There's the announcer's booth and the judge's booth, as well as the VIP area and the medal area in the background there. Here, amazing venue that Sword has built to continue the legacy of freestyle kayaking here. The 2001 World Championships were here. There's our medalists right there.
I'm here at the 2019 Sword World Championships with our junior women, currently new world champion or returning world champion, Ottie Robinson-Shaw. Ottie, how does it feel to defend your title here in Spain?
It's been on my goal since I won in Argentina. It's what I've worked for. And although I didn't get the ride that I really, really wanted, I'm pretty happy.
Olivia, you're returning to the podium here again. What are you looking forward to? Does this mean you're moving up to women next year?
I don't know about that, but I'm definitely happier. I feel like I did a lot better than last year. I feel more prepared, so I was pretty stoked.
And Katie, congratulations. Your second World Championship, first medal here in Sword. Talk to me about this Skippy Rippy. Is this something all junior girls are gonna need to learn? Maybe the senior men?
I think everybody should learn it because it's the trick that I look forward to in my ride.
Like sitting at the top of the feature, it's just what I think about. I'm like, I get to do the Skippy Rippy. Well, with all three of you women moving on into the senior class next year, what does this mean for the future of junior women's kayaking here at the ICF World Championships?
I hope that all three of us and everyone in this final is set like a target for the other younger girls to work towards, and hopefully we've inspired them.
I think there's no doubt that you have. Thank you so much, and congratulations, ladies.
All right, there's our world medalists in the women's junior category here in Sword, Spain. We'll be moving on to the junior men's here momentarily. In about, I'm going to say in about 20 minutes, we'll have all of our junior men up here. Once again, we're in the middle of a blistering heat wave here, Courtney. How you doing with this heat?
Oh my God, I definitely, luckily we're right next to the river. I won't lie, I have taken off the mic and jumped in a few times so far.
I'm sitting here, the bottom half of me soaking wet right now, trying to stay cool because I was just in the river as well. It is been an amazing week in this heat wave here. I'm Canadian, I'm used to maybe 30 degrees, a little bit over. We broke 40 degrees a couple of days this week, and every day has been at least mid to upper 30s. Absolutely amazing weather here for the World Championships. I did enjoy the other night when we had a few storms and it cooled down.
That's right. About the hardest part of it is trying to fall asleep at night.
Absolutely. My Airbnb doesn't have any air conditioning, but we seem to be able to keep it fairly cool with closing the windows and shutters during the day. And we're cutting off. We're going to have about a 15-minute break, and we'll see you back here for the junior men's. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, back to Sword Spain. Myself, Matt Hamilton. I'm joined by James Ibbotson. We're going to be bringing the action here in the men's kayak surface junior class, or the K1 men's junior class here. This is the finalists. We'll be crowning our world championship here today in Sword Spain. Beautiful day here. We just had the ladies junior category go. Now it's on to the men's. What do you think, James? How's it going to go here?
I think this final is going to be super tough. These men, they've been mixing in the top 5 all week throughout their prelims and semi-finals. So really, I would say this title is anyone's, and this is going to be a real exciting final.
Absolutely, James. The action is heating up here. It's starting to cool down a little bit outside. Still probably over 30 degrees here. Amazing heat wave. Here's our heat sheet. We've got Riley Harris of the USA, Valentin Betancourt of Argentina, Maren Hargrove of the USA, Jack Newland of Australia, Dali Kellogg of the USA. Absolutely stacked heat here.
Yeah, we have 3 of the USA paddlers, but then also Jack from Australia and Valentin from Argentina. Valentin actually medaled at the World Cup just last year, so he knows what it's like to be in a big final in this town.
Absolutely. Interesting story about the Aussie, Jack Newland. He actually trains in his school pool on his lunch hours. He doesn't have any whitewater anywhere near him. Actually has to get on a plane to go train in whitewater. And here he is in the finals, and he's killing it out there.
Yeah, he's done fantastic the entire time out here. So I'm very excited to see what Jack can throw down, but then also what the rest of these paddlers can do. We've seen big tricks. Some of the scores definitely competing with the senior men as well. So it's going to be a fast, furious, and exciting final from these junior men.
Absolutely. In the women's class, we had 3 of the American paddlers. We also have 3 American paddlers in here. The Americans showing that their junior categories are super strong as Riley moves his way down into the feature right away, dropping into a huge wing over. Getting things started right off the bat, getting some scores on the board into a nice McNasty as he pulls it around, throwing a massive McNasty in the other direction. Sets up on the shoulder, back into the foam pile, right into a big loop. You can see he hit bottom, jumping off the bottom, maybe using that to get himself a little bit more air there as he goes for a massive Space Godzilla to the right into a big flurry of cartwheels, going for the split wheel there, trying to get some link bonuses going. Still has 17 seconds on the clock as he moves into the center of the foam pile, sets up back on the shoulder of the wave here. Going for a lunar orbit. Massive moves here from Riley Frank. Not even sure what that was, but it was big. Caught a bit of an edge there. Full ride there using all of his 45 seconds. Absolutely amazing ride, James.
Yeah, we saw him stick on that feature for his entire ride. That is going to be key in this final. Not wasting any time, paddling back up the eddies, back in. He started that ride off very strong with the entry move, straight into that first McNasty. And then this one, his second one, even bigger, trying to get that air bonus. That's a few extra points just for getting your boat out the water. He was also attempting to go clean, not using his paddle, finishing off. That's even more bonus points he was trying to accumulate.
Absolutely, James. Amazing ride here from Riley Frank of the USA to kick off our junior men's medal round here. The finals, top 5 guys bidding for a position on the podium. The action is heating up here. Absolutely brilliant competition today from all of these athletes. We saw them this morning in their semifinals, and now here they are in their final rounds. These top 5 athletes will be getting crowned. Later on today, we're going to see a gold, silver, and bronze medal handed out just behind us here on the podium.
All right, that first ride score coming in 570 points. He seems pretty pumped with that. Definitely a solid first ride. These guys are going to get 3 runs in total, and it's only their best score that is going to count, so they only need 1 huge run. So getting off to a strong start will definitely mean he's probably going to take a few more risks. But right now, all the way from Argentina is Valentin.
Absolutely dropping in from above as well with a nice little wing over there. Just getting his body onto the boat, moves into a McNasty. A little bit off axis there, not sure if it'll score. He's bubbling there, still retains the feature as he tries to get set up again for McNasty right in the middle of the feature. That one looks a lot better than his first one, right into a little bit of an orbit, unfortunately flushing off. These athletes are going to get 3 rides, and the best one will count, which means they can throw 2 rides out. It looks like Valentin's down at the bottom of the eddy. He may be choosing to not come back up to the top for this ride. He's going to leave it and save his energy for later rides.
Yeah, you'll see different tactics throughout these rides. Some guys will just absolutely hammer it all the way back up to the top, trying to use every single ride, every single second to the best of their ability. But I reckon Valentin knows he's got way more in the tank. He's going to conserve his energy. 2 more rides still to come from him. Hopefully he's going to throw out some big scores and take a medal home to South America, Argentina.
Absolutely, James. Great ride, as you can see him flushing off there in the boom cam. Let's see what his score is there as we move down to what we're calling our kiss and cry area, although he's paddling away in the warm-up channel there behind the feature. Absolutely amazing stadium here. The warm-up channel just out of everybody's view. Valentin's score coming in at 200 points. He's got points on the board, moving forward into his second and third ride.
Yeah, another solid start there from our second athlete, Valentin. Right now, we are moving back to the USA. Mason Hargrove, he has been looking hot all week so far in training. He throws real snappy moves, almost bringing them out of nowhere at times. He is a pleasure to watch, that's for sure. Kicking off entry move there. Points just for dropping in the feature. Big snappy McNasty. That one of the higher scoring moves. Second McNasty there. I'm not even sure how he managed to pull that round and over. This is immense power from this junior as he goes for that phonics monkey. A 360 pirouette starting on the crossbow. Straight into that front flip that we see. He looks for a massive front flip there. Very vertical up into the air, landing maybe a little skew if. Our judges will have to see what they think with that Space Godzilla is there, trying to get a 90-degree rotation halfway through into that lunar orbit. Very nice, keeping the boat on edge throughout that, surfing around for his last couple of seconds, looking for that second Space Godzilla. He is very happy with that one.
Absolutely stoked there, claiming that ride with a big fist bump. Mason Hargrove going absolutely berserk here, getting a massive ride on his first run. He's got points on the board. He can now relax and maybe have some fun, because that's probably going to move him to the top of the leaders board right now, which means he's probably already on the podium. It's just a matter of what color is it here. And that's just the first 3 athletes to go. That definitely was what he was looking for here in the finals.
Yeah, you could see by the way he was celebrating right at the end of that. He reckons that's going to be a big, big score. He didn't really stop throwing moves. Both Space Godzillas, McNasty's, phonics monkeys, lunar orbits. What a celebration as he landed that last Space Godzilla and heard his final buzzer go. One of the biggest cheers. Super happy. It's an achievement just to have made this final, but then for him to pull off such a big ride, trying to complete all these tricks within just 45 seconds, he looks so happy.
Absolutely. That fist pump's going to make an amazing photo for him somewhere. I see Peter Hull come across the road there with the camera. 960 points. Absolutely massive ride. There's a smile. He's happy about that. That moves him up currently to the top of the leaderboard, but there's 2 people that still have to say something about that. Jack Newland of Australia and Dali Kellogg of the USA both have the ability to score 1,000-point rides. Let's see if they have it here today in this final round.
Yeah, Jack looking to start with an entry move. One of the riskier tactics is you could flush and waste a little bit of time, but just like Jack does there, he nails it. Points straight on the board. He tried to keep his head dry throughout as he looks for the nice big McNasty. One of his most consistent moves that I've seen throughout training. Into that second McNasty, flipping it round, paddling quite hard, making sure he retains. You can't score any points if you're not in the feature. Cartwheel to split wheel, trying to cartwheel it around again, linking all them tricks together. This is an impressive start to Jack's first run. Huge loop, firing that up into the air. Last 10 seconds now. What has he got left for us? Hunting for that Space Godzilla. Ooh, just not quite pulling back up on his edge. Just dropping off the feature. But that was pretty much the end of his ride there.
Absolutely huge rides from all of these juniors here. Definitely stepping it up here for the finals. They want some medals. They want to be on the top of the podium. An absolutely amazing loop there from Jack Newland of Australia. This young guy only gets to train in a pool at home. He has to get on a plane to go find whitewater, showing us that maybe doing some of those flat water training tactics are working for him there in this ride. Absolutely, first time the Aussies have ever had anybody in the finals. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, not bad work there from the young Australian. We saw at times things maybe not quite going as smooth as they hoped, but he could pull it back. Definitely showing some experience there. He was able to throw big tricks, popping high into the air. I know he was in Argentina 2 years ago at the World Championships there. He looks happy with that 660 points straight into that second position. Looking at the silver medal right now, but we've still got Dali of the USA to go, and then every other paddler has a couple more rides too.
Absolutely, these guys are getting 3 rides. Their best ride will count. So these guys that are getting good points on the board in their first rides means that they might be able to relax a little bit as we move on.
Yeah, Dali, part of a huge family. Everyone here out supporting him. There's 14 of them in total as they move around the country, and now I'll be producing a show all about themselves. He is over here now in Sort, throwing down in this World Championship final, coming out strong with all kinds of moves. The lunar orbit there. He had a quick little glimpse at the timer, just looking for split wheels and flushing off the back of the feature. He is driving hard into that eddy, trying to get as high as possible, waste as little time as is possible, making it back in with 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, let's see what he's got for us here in the last 10 seconds as he tries to get a split wheel going, into some cartwheels, into a tricky woo, right near the buzzer. Dali call-out, even with a flush, showing us that he has an amazing ride on the go here. Let's see what Tali's up to.
Yeah, he pulled them tricks off right at the end. He made it into the feature with just 10 seconds to go, then tried to pull off that tricky woo, one of the highest scoring moves on the score sheet. Not a bad effort anyway, but to say he had just sprinted hard back up that eddy, his lungs would have been burning, his arms burning. But we can see that he pulls it off real nice, driving that third end down and underneath him, really selling it to our judges here, making sure he gets the points. A good few bonuses throughout that as well, I should imagine. Some big air bonuses, maybe looking for a couple of link bonuses at the odd occasion.
All right, Dali Kalak moving himself up into the second place position. Silver medal with 700 points. Solid ride from Dali here in his first ride. I bet you he'd like to better that because he wants to stand on the top of the podium and have that gold medal draped around his neck. As we move back to the top of the heat, currently in fourth place, just outside of the medals, Riley Frank Harris of the USA, bib 202, dropping in from above.
Yeah, he's dropping down. He's going to look for the edge move, keeping his head perfectly dry there as he throws the boat over himself, looking for them big points straight into the big nasty, and looking for it the other way, even bigger there. Definitely trying to take advantage of that big air bonus. Quick, easy points just for going huge in that trick, getting lots of air spinning around. I think he was looking for some cartwheels and split wheels throughout that, looking for that tricky woo. Maybe a little bit too over vertical there to score that, but he's still got plenty of time as he looks for the Space Godzilla. Lovely 90-degree rotation halfway through that trick. Last couple of seconds now. What has Riley got for us? Looking for a spin, maybe trying to get the Phonics Monkey or back loop right at the end there. Potentially running out of tricks there on his list.
Absolutely, he opened his whole bag of tricks there. Amazing ride from Riley Frank Harris. Some of the biggest McNasties we've seen here in this comp as he flew super high on those. See here in the replay as he's getting way out of the water. Absolutely massive moves. Stands up, way up, whole body out of the water for most of the rotation. Those were absolutely massive. He's looking to score some of those huge bonuses on the score sheet. You see his score being tabulated up there as we're waiting for it to come in on the screen here for us. Our judges have been tirelessly working all day in the crazy heat wave here in northern Spain.
Yeah, Riley, a real master of whitewater paddling. He does what is called the green race out in America, one of the toughest whitewater races around. That second ride, 570 points. He is the king of consistency, the exact same as run one.
Absolutely. He's got a ride plan and he's sticking to it. Super consistent.
Second now, we have Valentin all the way from Argentina. Possibly one of the people coming the furthest for this event. Everyone came to his hometown last time. Now he's over here looking for a very vertical entry move. Straight into that mid-nasty. Unfortunately, just a little bit too close to that shoulder. The fast green water pushing him off the feature, but he's going to power hard straight back up and into that hole. Yeah,
in the prelims and the semifinals, he had some great rides. The Argentinian hosted the last World Championships. Now he's here. A little bit of a paddling legacy started down there as he gets a nice McNasty. Unfortunately, getting another flush, I think he's going to have to stick with his 5th place ranking here in our final, but he's got to be pretty psyched to have made it all the way to the final in his first World Championships.
Yeah, it's been quite a stacked competition, so like we say, making the final is a big achievement on its own, and definitely these 5 guys should be proud of. Lots of people vying for these positions. It was super close the whole way through the competition. These guys scraping in by a matter of points. So competing here is a big achievement in itself. Valentin was looking for some big moves throughout that. He got one beautiful McNasty right at the start of his ride. And then unfortunately on the second one, just caught the shoulder and flushed off. And then he didn't think he had quite enough time to get up there and get the points on the board. And you see him there, just walking up the bank. Another 220 points there for Valentin, sticking him in the 5th position. Still a small improvement from run one, but still in our 5th position.
Absolutely amazing rides coming in here from our junior men's. All right, here we are, Mason Hargrove of the US of A, dropping in right away into a wing over. Setting up, he had a massive ride on his last one there into a nice, beautiful McNasty. He's gonna set up, spinning it around. He's gonna set up here, trying maybe for another McNasty, catching a little bit of an edge there. Not exactly what he wants. There's the McNasty as he pulls it around, super snappy. Sets up back into the middle of the foam pile. He wants that Faunus monkey, that cross bow initiated 360 into a loop finish. Unfortunately, not quite getting it around. Still trying to get things started here in the hole. There's that Phonics monkey pulling it right around. Unfortunately, flushing off the back. He has 8 seconds left. I think he's going to stick with his first ride.
Yeah, another impressive ride there from Mason. He knew he was sat in the top spot. Potentially went for a slightly more risky set of tricks there, resulting in a flush. Maybe not quite the score he's going to have been looking for. We had a phenomenal first ride, sitting up top with, I think, 960 points for now. He's only 16 years old, so doing really well here. I think his first run score was something that would definitely mix it up with the senior men in this afternoon's quarterfinals for that.
Absolutely, James. Great ride there from Mason Hargrove. As we're waiting for his score to come in. He's currently in the lead. Let's see if this score will be higher than his first ride. I don't think it will be. I believe he was right way over 900 points on his first ride. This ride's looking, if I had to calculate it, going to come in a little under 700 points. Let's see what the score is. And there it is on the screen. He's going to stick with his 960 from the first run. Second run of 666.67 points for Mason Hargrove as we move on to our current 3rd place paddler, Jack Newland of Australia.
Yeah, Jack was first introduced to kayaking when he was just 5 years old. So he's been around a boat for quite a while now. He likes spearfishing as well, so just generally being in the water is his thing. Looking for that entry move there, keeping the head nice and dry, just spinning it around. Now looking to set up, finding that sweet spot for his McNasty. Not quite burying the nose enough to get that front loop in. As he looks for it in the opposite direction, maybe getting his paddles a little bit caught up there. Switching techniques now, looking for a split wheel linked into a cartwheel. That was fantastic. looking for the front loop right on that shoulder, too far over. He was in that flushy green water, flushing off. He waved his hand. He's going to leave his second ride there.
That's right. Jack Newland of Australia. I believe he's going to be sticking with his first ride here in the final round of the men's K1 junior surface boat class. Amazing action. Most of these athletes having an amazing ride on their first go. We're right here, we're in our second rides. We've got one more paddler to do a second ride, and then we're into our third and final rides of this finals event.
Yeah, the last paddler who's going to come up here will be Dali Kellogg. He's currently sitting in our silver medal position. Jack waiting for that third ride score, still sitting in third place right now. He left the wave early. Yeah, that's not much of an improvement there. Not all 160 points. So he's going to stick with run one for now. 660 points, sitting in that bronze medal position, moving into his third ride. We look back up to the top of our feature. Dali Kellogg getting himself pumped up, getting the thumbs up from our head judge.
That's right, Paul Shepard of Great Britain has been keeping the judges in line all week as Dali Kellogg makes his way into the feature with a great wing over to get things started, getting points on the board right away into a McNasty. He knows he has to have a huge ride here to dethrone Mason at the top of the podium currently. Let's see what he's got from us here, going for a lunar orbit, pulling it around into some cartwheels, trying to get a split wheel going, into a tricky woo. Amazing move invented by Tyler Curtis on the Ottawa River many years ago. As Dali Kellogg drops in, trying for a back loop. I don't think he quite pulled it around, a little bit off access as he works his way back into the feature. Going for a lunar orbit in the other direction. Just 7 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what Dali has for us as he goes for a tricky woo in the other direction. Unfortunately, flushing off. He's not happy about that flush there, but a much better ride there for Dali Kellogg. Let's see if it's enough to put him right up to the top of the podium. I don't think it is. I don't think he's going to beat Mason Hargrove's ride there, but let's see what happens. Currently ranked in second place, Dali in the silver medal position, looking to move up to the gold medal position. Here, I don't think his second ride is going to be enough to do it as we wait for the scores to come in. Watch these amazing replays here on the screen.
We saw Dali looking for a lot of big moves. He knows it's going to take a big ride to beat Mason. So he was looking for them big tricks. Maybe not quite all of them sticking and going, but he was definitely looking for them. And that's definitely a mark of a good paddler. They know when to pull out them big tricks. He's just hiding there at the bottom in the shade, awaiting his score. He's going to have a quick walk back up. His score hopefully coming too soon. That's 503 points in that second ride. So sticking with run one, 700 points. Sticking with that silver medal position for now, with one ride left to go.
All right, here we go. Riley Harris, Mr. Consistency, 570 points on his first two rides. Let's see if he can better that as he drops in. Currently sitting in the fourth place position. He'd like to move up onto the medals. Ooh, not quite getting that McNasty around as he falls over. He's going to try it again. There it is, absolutely massive McNasty. Getting air, holding his paddle up to show that maybe he's clean on that McNasty as he drops in, trying for a loop. Yeah, he went a little too big on that loop as he flushes out the back, James, and making his way back up the eddy.
Yeah, he's sprinting hard now, 20 seconds left for him. Currently sitting in fourth place. He's got his last 15 seconds to try and make a bid for those top spots and a place on the podium. Looking for that tricky woo. 3 ends in a row, changing direction on every single one. Very tricky move to do. Looking for that McNasty as his final buzzer goes. Maybe trying to squeeze a little lunar orbit in there on the buzzer. We'll have to see what our judges say about that. A big support there for him, though, from Team USA.
Absolutely. The whole Kellogg family up there cheering on, as well as the other Americans. We have a huge American team here, all cheering on. Definitely some amazing junior paddling going on from our Americans here. Let's see what Riley Frank Harris had for us there in the replays. And then we're waiting to see his score come up on the board to see if he's going to move up into a medal position
these final runs of a final, quite high pressure, especially when you are still trying to get your way up onto that podium. Riley making the most of it, throwing a few nice big moves. We saw the big clean but nasty at the start of his ride. That is worth big points. Bonus points for the air and bonus points for not using the paddle on that landing. All of them adding up in such a high pressure scenario. He's just there waiting now.
All right, James, he's going to stick with his first and second rides, which I believe are 570 points. There we go, 570 points. Puts him in a 4th place, just off of the medals as we move up to Valentin Bantencourt from Argentina. The young Argentina is dropping into the feature. Take it away, James.
All right, he's looking for that entry move. His first 2 rides, maybe not quite what he's been looking for or been pulling out throughout this competition. So looking to impress with this 3rd ride. An impressive entry move to start. Looking for that McNasty, desperately just catching his tail, sitting up big. Huge pop on that McNasty. You saw how quickly he was able to throw that over his head. The boat in the air, like it was, made life easy as he looks for it again, maybe hitting that shoulder, but managing to retain in our feature, making the most, looking for potentially a lunar orbit, spinning that boat right around into a cartwheel. Going for them ends, points on the board, last couple of seconds now. I'm not confident this is quite going to be enough for a medal, but he's out there having a good time. Doesn't look too happy with that 3rd ride, but he should take safety in knowing that he was good enough to make the top 5 junior kayakers in the world. Out of everyone in the world, he is in that top 5 positions, so he should really take that away from this. Big chance to learn, and I'm sure he'll be back in future competitions.
Absolutely, James. The young Argentinian paddler there looking a little emotional after his ride. I don't know, some of these moves look absolutely amazing. Not sure it's going to add up to what it's going to take to get him onto the podium where I think he was hoping to be. I'm seeing right now his score coming in at 250 points. So he is going to take 5th place here in our final top 5. Absolutely amazing representation from Argentina, which was the host of our previous 2017 World Championships. As we move on to our current leader up next, Mason Hargrove of the USA, sitting right now at the top of the leaders board. Let's see what he's got for us, see if he can better his 960-point ride as he gets ready to drop in. Mason Hargrove of the USA.
Yeah, he came into this final in 3rd place, so he's still got 2 paddlers after him. So despite being at the top right now, he still wants to improve his score, make it even harder to beat. Looking for that Space Godzilla into a little bit of a face surf there, but pulling it up fast enough to retain within our feature. Looking for them at nasty straight off, trying to bring it round, maybe just catching an edge this ride. Maybe not quite the pace of ride number 1, but he does know that he's got ride 1 in the bag. Looking for that Phonics monkey, pirouetting beautifully around the nose, straight into that front loop. Looking for the front loop. Pink is in the air there, telling the judges he's not used his paddle. Give me them bonus points. Last few seconds now for Mason. Looks for that lunar loop, that trophy move. 2 basic moves being linked together without a break. Barely completing one before the start of the other. That gives him trophy.
He couldn't even get the fist pump out there before he flipped over, James. Absolutely excited about that ride. Let's see if it's enough to give him a higher score than the 960 he currently has. I'm not sure it did, but it was an absolutely amazing ride here.
Yeah, an impressive ride, showcasing a few extra skills. That trophy move right at the end, the first one we've actually seen in this junior men's final. So very impressive. He was taking a little bit of a risk. We're gonna have to see if that 3rd run increases his score or not. Sitting in the gold medal position right now, but 2 guys left to go. With only 2 people who can take that off him.
Absolutely, we're watching the replay here of Mason Hargrove of the USA here in their men's junior surface kayak class, or the K1 junior men's class. ICF World Freestyle Championships here in Sort, Spain. We'll be crowning our World Junior Champions here this evening, put those medals around their neck in a medal ceremony just momentarily. He's still in first place with a 5:76.67 from this ride. He's going to stick with his 960 from his first ride here tonight. He's super stoked. He came out, put down a huge ride in his first, and has been relaxing the rest of the way here. Let's see what these last two paddlers have to say about that. They're both sitting in medal positions. Let's see if they move on up.
Yeah, Jack Newland from Australia. He's guaranteed at least that bronze medal, but he can still move up. He can take the silver, he can take the gold. He's definitely done rides big enough in training, starting off with that entry kickflip, trying to keep things nice and calm, looking for that bit nasty, snapping it around. Now trying to get it in the opposite direction. There it goes, trying to pull it straight over his head into cartwheel, cartwheel, cartwheel. Cartwheel again, linking these ends together, trying to rack up some points. He's looking for that big, big score now as he hunts for the front loop landing, paddling hard, just flushing off last 10 seconds now coming up for Jack. He's sprinting hard. He's going to want to get one last big move on the board. I'm sure we'll see him go for it super quick as he plugs that nose in for the Space Godzilla.
Absolutely, right at the buzzer there. We'll see if the judges score that Space Godzilla right at the end. He's absolutely excited. He knows he's on the podium. It's just a matter of what color is it going to be. Let's see as we watch the scores come in on the leaderboard. Jack Newland of Australia bringing home at least a medal here. We're just trying to determine which color they're going to put around his neck later this evening in the medal ceremony. Absolutely stoked for the Australian here in our junior men's category. Absolutely great moves here from Jack. He's been having a great World Championships. His dad competing in the men's category here.
His dad, one of the oldest competitors of the entire competition.
Absolutely amazing to see. Not many people can say that they're a father-son team competing in the same World Championships. I think Eric and Dane are the only other ones.
That final ride there coming in for him, 490 points. Not enough to move up, but that is a bronze medal for him, and he looks so excited about that. I don't think we've had an Australian medalist for quite a while, but we're going to move on. The last person who can take that gold medal off Mason's neck is Dali Kalog, sitting in that silver medal position right now. He's done rides big enough. Can he pull it out now? Looking for that entry move, whipping that boat around. It was real snappy, straight into them and nasty. This is looking cool and calm, just moving trick to trick.
There you go, pulling that McNasty around a little bit off access. We'll see what the judges say. Nice lunar orbit there, coming around nice and high as he gets a tricky woo. Gonna try and set up and get another move there, going for a lunar orbit. Dali Kalog dropping in for a back loop, pulling around a little off access. We'll see if the judges score it as he goes into that tricky woo in the other direction. He knows he has to say, there's that back loop. That one looked a little bit better as he pulls it around. Still has a few seconds left, going for that lunar orbit in the other direction. Dali knows he's just a few seconds left. That'll be it for Dali Kalog.
It's going to be close. Definitely going to be close. A lot of high-scoring moves he was going for through that. We've just got to wait and see if the judges thought of each of these tricks having to meet a very strict definition in order to get the points. So we know he's chasing down Mason's first ride score of 960 points. He's currently sitting in the silver medal position, so he can't drop off that second place. He can only move up into first, and he's the last person who can do that. He went for big tricks. We see there his attempt at the back loop, a full backflip in a boat is definitely not easy at all. We saw him trying the tricky woo both directions, lunar orbit both directions. A valiant effort by Dali.
Absolutely, Dali Kalog over there getting congratulations from one of his fellow competitors and coach. Big smile there. He's happy to be here in Sort, Spain, the whitewater capital of Catalonia, Spain. Dali Kalog still waiting for his score to be tabulated here. I'm seeing an 810 coming in on the board there for Dali Kalog. keeping him in that silver medal position. Mason Hargrove of the USA will then be our gold medalist, and Jack Newland of Australia will be in the bronze position. As we said earlier, Dali Kellogg in that silver medal position. Right away, we're going to be moving into some medal ceremonies here in a few minutes. Awesome rides.
Yeah, fantastic work by our junior boys there. Big scores that will compete with the seniors. Jack's so happy. So that's 2 USA medals and 1 for Australia.
There you go. Mason Hargrove cheering down there. We're going to get an interview with these guys in just a minute. Absolutely amazing performance. I must say the men must be a little bit worried because some of these juniors are going to be moving up at the next World Championships, and they definitely have their work cut out for them. You can see the American cheering squad there. Pretty happy. Absolutely. Mason Hargrove all excited, giving Jack a big hug. All right. There we go. Dali Kellogg, the big Kellogg family, coming in with the silver medal position. Absolutely amazing effort from these juniors. Been brilliant rides all day long. There's our leaderboard there. You can see our top 5. We've got the Argentinian in 5th, the other American Riley in 4th, Jack Newland in 3rd, Dali Kellogg in 2nd, and Mason Hargrove walking away with the gold medal with his first ride here. Threw down the absolutely amazing 960-point ride. All right, we're headed down there for an interview with these medalists.
All right, I'm Anna Bruno, joining our junior men top 3 medal positions. New world champion Mason Hargrove, 2nd place Dali Kellogg, and 3rd place Jack Newland from Australia. Mason, congratulations on what I think is safe to say is a dream come true. How is it to put down that first ride and then just get through the rest of the competition knowing everyone else has to keep up?
I was so excited just telling myself that I have my ride and I'm gonna go do this, and it paid off, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, you should be. Dali, how does it feel for you knowing you've got maybe the biggest cheering squad out here at the World supporting you? What does that support mean?
Oh, it's so amazing having my whole family here. I just look at them in the stands, and it makes me so happy.
I've seen you get a lot of coaching from family and brothers too. And Jack, I think you could be the upset of this competition, taking one of these spots here in the top 3. What does that mean for you? Is this one of the first medals for junior men in Australia?
Yeah, it's my first medals for World Championships. I'm absolutely stoked. I didn't think I'd get into the finals, but this is pretty crazy. I'm so happy right now.
Mason, you also come from a big kayaking family who I know were cheering you on. I'm sure that they were more nervous than you today. But what would you say to any family or any kid wanting to start freestyle kayaking?
Just put hard work and commitment, and if you mess up or fall down, get right back up and try even harder.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and congratulations to all 3 of you.
Awesome. Congratulations to our junior men's medalists. We'll be draping the medals around the neck just momentarily. Thanks, Anna Bruno, down there in our mixed zone, getting the interviews with these athletes. Absolutely amazing finals here. Look at that fist pump from Mason Hargrove. He knows he just claimed himself a gold medal. Been absolutely amazing here. We're going to take a slight break and move on to our medal ceremonies in just a few minutes as we let you guys watch a few of these replays, bringing you the ICF 2019 World Freestyle Championships here in Sword, Spain. It's been amazing. Matt Hamilton signing off. We'll be back with a medal ceremony in just a few minutes, so stay tuned. All right, here we are back in Sort, Spain at the 2019 ICF Canoe Freestyle Championships. Medal ceremony for our junior women's category here. And an absolutely amazing stacked heats of women as we move into the medal ceremony here. I'll turn it over to our presenters here in Sort, Spain.
Bona tarda, senyores i senyors. Presentem els medallistes de la modalitat de caiac júnior femenina. Les medalles seran entregades per Thomas Conietzo com a membre de la Junta Directiva de la Federació Internacional de Piragüisme.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We present the medalists for the Junior Women Kayak Competition. The medals will be presented by Thomas Conietzo as a member of the Board of Directors of the International Canoe Federation.
La medalla de bronze per Katie Frankhauser dels Estats Units.
Bronze medal, Katie Frankhauser from USA.
La medalla de plata per Olivia dels Estats Units.
Silver medalist, Olivia from USA.
La medalla d'or i, per tant, campiona del món de la modalitat de caiac júnior femenina és Ottie Shaw d'Anglaterra.
Gold medalist and kayak junior women world champion, Ottie Shaw from United Kingdom.
All right, we're getting our junior women's medal presentation here in Sort, Spain. Ottie Shaw of Great Britain up there, Katie Frankhauser of the USA.
Please rise for the national anthem.
We're going to hear the national anthem of the United States of America.
senyors, un fort aplaudiment per la campiona del món de la modalitat de kayak júnior femení.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show recognition for the 2019 Women Kayak Junior World Champion.
All right, amazing medal ceremony here for our junior women's class, crowning our world champion from Great Britain, Ottie, Robinson, Shaw. Some hot action all week from these ladies up there showing off their medals. Beautiful day here in Sort, Spain. There they are up on the screen. Definitely seeing some amazing action from the junior women. The senior women should be scared here in the future. We'll be moving on with our men's junior medal ceremony just momentarily here from Sort, Spain, so keep tuned in. Presentation for the junior men's kayak class here in Sort, Spain at the 2019 ICF World Freestyle Championships. Here comes our medalists out here to the podium. We'll turn it over to our presenters here in Sort, Spain.
Senyores i senyors, presentem els medallistes de la modalitat de kayak júnior masculina. Les medalles seran entregades per Toni Estanguet com a membre de la Junta Directiva de la Federació Internacional de Piragüisme.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present the medalists for the men's kayak junior competition. The medals will be presented by Toni Estanguet as member of the Board of Directors of the International Canoe Federation.
La medalla de bronze per Jack Newland, d'Austràlia.
Bronze medalist, Jack Newland from Australia.
La medalla de plata per Dali dels Estats Units.
Silver medalist, Dali from USA.
La medalla d'or i, per tant, campió del món de la modalitat masculina de kayak júnior és Mason Hargrove dels Estats Units.
The gold medalist, men's kayak junior world champion is Mason Hargrove from USA.
I ara escoltarem l'himne dels Estats Units mentre pugen les banderes dels països finalistes.
All right, you can see our three medalists there as we rise for the national anthem of the United States of America. absolutely amazing
Senyores i
medal
senyors,
ceremony
un fort
here
aplaudiment pel campió
of our
del
junior
món de
men's
modalitat
class.
júnior masculina.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show recognition for the 2019 Men Kayak Junior World Champion.
Moltes felicitats als guanyadors i la resta de participants i us desitgem molta sort en futures competicions. Us esperem a les jornades dels propers dies. Hem d'agrair molt la presència d'Antoni Estanguet, 3 vegades campió olímpic.
We thank you, Tony Esonde, 3-time Olympic champion, for your help. Congratulations to all the winners. We wish you all the luck in the future competitions. We look forward to seeing you in the next few days.
All right, that is it for our medal ceremony of the men's junior kayak class here from the riverbank in Sort, Spain. Been an amazing day of action. Tomorrow we will be here with the men's and women's preliminaries first thing in the morning. Then we get a nice break and then on to our finals tomorrow evening under the lights. Going to be an amazing day of action here in Sort, Spain. We'll see you then. Matt Hamilton signing off. We'll see you tomorrow.
Plug it around that Nika around the wrist. Just let feature plug it around for her big. But hair out of the boat and she goes for the space to fill it to the wrist. Looking for an entry, 3 entry. Looking for that first and nasty. Quiet up it. Let's go 15 going. There we go. Now she goes with Nasty the other direction. Into a loop. She's running and flying it over. Looking straight back from it. As she drops in, plugs the nose around. Looking for the big loop. Stays for a bit of a tag of the rock, but showing how composed she is as she goes. Really wants that big nasty. Yes! Oh well. Trying to get both sides on the board. Coach by nice line on the pail. She drops it, looking for that skippy rip in the air. Straight into that nasty. She can close this win, hoping for that nice right. Again, she secured both hands. Time will tell. Looking for that ultimate nasty. Maybe not pulling it up, spinning hard, trying to retain. Just falling off the back there. Still 37 seconds left on the platform. Lots of time to come up. We saw her actually put on row 1 and come back and still produce a huge score. So I'm sure we're going to see that again from her. And she looks to start off this ride really win. A bit of a window shaker. She's going to go again. I think she's looking for that big nasty throw to tail run up and over. Big air in there. Really making use of the air bonus on the last 10
seconds now for be interested to see what she goes for in these last few seconds. A second and 90.